The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. And it has a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first.
Now we get to feature someone from the Pro Wrestling Academy, a green dingo, coming up through the Australian ranks. This is Viktor Langaz, and Chris Victor has impressed us greatly in the last few months.
He made his PWA debut in this very building, Rose, and now here he is tonight at New Japan Tamashii.
And he's going to be tagged up with someone from the NZPW, who has a lot of fans in the audience here tonight. A lot has been said about him. He is a large, dangerous man. This is Richard Mulu, and the crowd come alive.
All hail King Richard, Rose. Richard Mulu, Viktor Langaz are in the house.
I think I prefer King Mulu. But this is interesting. A trainee from the Green Dingoes, the Pro Wrestling Academy here in Sydney, Australia. And Richard Mulu from the NJPW. Apparently there's a lot of family from Campbelltown who came out to see him tonight.
And making their way to the ring, weighing in at 250 kilograms, Viktor Langaz and Richard Mulu.
A very interesting mix of styles and training here with these two men together. I'm excited to see what they're going to do together.
And their opponents.
But I tell you, Chris, we've talked about tag team chemistry. And these two men in the ring right now are going to have to come together very quick and very fast, because there is no other faction in the country of Australia with more chemistry than the Nations. And we are about to see two of the members right here. Hoffman and the rapscallion Mick Moretti are in the building, and the Nations are not to be messed with.
And their opponents, the head of the beast, Adam Hoffman, the rapscallion, Mick Moretti, the Nation!
The Nations have run this country for years. They are in sync, they are untouchable. Moretti and Hoffman. We saw Jessica Troy earlier as well, another member of the Nations.
In fact, the last time the Nations were all in a ring together was here at Selinas, Rose.
True.
The three you mentioned, along with Jack J. Bonza. So this ring holds a lot of emotion and weight for the Nations boys. So they feel right at home.
And we will discuss where Jack J. Bonza sits in the working of the Nations later on tonight.
I'm not sure whether Langaz and Mulu had met before today. I mean, you talk about your contrast. These guys certainly never tagged together.
Two hungry men who want to get an opportunity here, and meanwhile Hoffman and Moretti trying to figure out who goes first. They're both so keen. I think Hoffman won the scissors, paper, rock. Was that what they were doing? Hoffman, another icon of the Newcastle area, will face off against Viktor Langaz. We talked about Langaz, a bright future, a young man in the PWA, coming up in the PWA part of the Green Dingo system, which is, I guess, our interpretation of the Young Lion system over in Japan.
I agree.
And right now he's being grounded by an expert in Hoffman. And Adam Hoffman has just been one of the pillars of Australian wrestling since you and I got involved, and it's never changed. That stomp almost took Langaz's head off, and he knew it till he got out of dodge real fast.
I credit Langaz for being here tonight, Rose. A week ago at a PWA show, he and the Tuckman took on the Bullet Club in Bad Luck Fale and Jack J. Bonza, and it was short and it wasn't very sweet for young Viktor, but here he is now, and he's got Hoffman tied up, but not for long.
I don't know what's more amazing, that he's still standing or they let him into the venue tonight. I heard he's been up to some trouble here before. Langaz right now being overpowered by Hoffman, overthought by Hoffman. And Hoffman wants to see greatness from him. He's saying, come on, Green Dingo. He wants to see greatness out of these young competitors. But in a world like PWA, in a world like Tamashii, it's going to be beaten into you. Here's an expert pinned by Hoffman, a kick out at 2.
Yeah, he doesn't want a cakewalk, Rose. He wants to see the talent and actually be challenged. And it's to Hoffman's credit. Say what you will about the Nations. There's a certain honor and dignity about the group.
Absolutely, there's a loyalty there. They've helped build the industry in this country to the point that now New Japan Tamashii is a reality, and that wouldn't be here if it wasn't for people like the Nations doing what they do. Now Langaz against the ropes by Hoffman. Langaz has the strength there against Hoffman.
Great knee strike there from Langaz. Beautiful. Look at that hip toss there.
He's definitely got great form, Langaz. Look at that. Beautiful stuff.
Oh, he could jump for Australia. He's got great hops.
And Hoffman's a little bit surprised, but almost there's the Langaz I expected. And Moretti looking at him going, what the hell, Hoffman? And there's a tag. And now things get interesting. We saw Moretti headline the first Tamashii show against Ishimori. What a match that was. But the rapscallion, the top of the food chain, pure walking chaos, this man. And he immediately got in the ring to fight Langaz, and Langaz immediately is tagged in King Mulu as Richard Mulu makes his way in. Half of Campbelltown lose their mind, and Christopher about to get Mulu v Moretti, and Moretti looks a little bit worried.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of... He's actually blown himself up there if he can do that. Chest bumping.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is not going to work. This is not going to work at all. And right now, Moretti's going through 5 different plan Cs that he could possibly do here, because Richard Mulu has stepped into this ring like a brick wall. And this crowd love him. I love Mulu. Look at this. Whoa! Yeet!
I mean, the supporters here, there are the Samoan flags and the banners. The first Tamashii show was after Samoa had just qualified for the Rugby League Cup World Cup final, Rose.
I feel like they just won it. Look at how many people are going crazy here.
Oh, in their minds, they did win it.
He's a pin by Mulu. He's tossed Moretti around this ring. Moretti kicks out at a 1, though. Moretti, one of the greatest stars in this country. Last year, held 5 championships at once. Had that great main event with Ishimori. And now here tagging with his brother in the Nations against 2 men who are impressing so far. And look at this communication between Mulu and Langaz during the match, but it's too late to be doing that stuff. The Nations will read that very quickly. Moretti with 1 blow and regrets his entire life choices.
Yeah, the Nations tag knowing already what they're going to do. There's no need to describe what they need to do. This is the inexperience of Langaz and Mulu. And as Mulu, the referee is tossing Mulu to the side.
Mulu had to be sent to the outside, that he was not the legal man. Moretti used that to his advantage. And now he's able to corner Langaz. Frustrating Mulu a little bit there, and Moretti, just the king of the mind games, the rapscallion himself. Not only will he beat you physically, but he'll make you feel silly in your matches. And no one likes that.
Yeah, you hate to go home and say, how'd you go? He goes, I was beaten and embarrassed.
Langaz just dropped on his back by Hoffman. Here's a pin. 2. Good effort by Langaz to kick out at 2 there. Not only is it his chance to shine, but Mulu's as well. And Mulu's waiting, perched on the apron, waiting to be tagged in.
I love Langaz' endeavour, but I'd just be looking over in the corner of King Richard and goes, that's where I need to be right now. And he's just a world away from that.
Right now he's pinned in the corner against the Nations. A quick flip of the bird by Hoffman. Classic Nations antics. Moretti underneath, grabs the ankles. Langaz in bad spot. Over the top rope, and now Togo, Mick Togo. This is beautiful by the Nations. They hurt you and they make it look pretty in the process.
And there's the contrast, Rose. There's the contrast in the way the 2 teams are operating.
Here's a pin. A kick out at 2, a slow pin there. They were
5 minutes has passed.
Too busy celebrating that beautiful move there.
By the way, it's an Australian tradition to show disrespect to loyalty, as Hoffman did with the bird there at King Richard.
That means we accept you. Oh, a nice toe tag there as Moretti extends the foot and Hoffman tags the boot. Langaz in a lot of trouble here, Chris. This is a real test of his resolve. He has taken a big beating. He has a pin. Wouldn't blame him. He does kick out. Wouldn't blame him if he didn't, though. He's taken a lot of beating. He's still conscious, though. He's still got his arms stretched towards Mulu in the corner here.
He's at least pointing in the right direction.
He understands what the goal is here, the mission, but he is just being absolutely brought to the cleaners by the Nations right now. And Hoffman is great at cutting off a ring. He knows exactly how much space he can give his opponent. And right now, this is the confidence. I know that I've got him.
He'd make a great watch, Hoffman, because his precision is first rate.
He'd be a great lifeguard at a swimming pool. He knows exactly how close anyone is to danger.
Here we go. Speaking of being in a swimming pool.
Surfs up. Hoffman, eyes on Mulu.
We're down by the beach here at Coogee.
And he looks to do some damage to Langaz. A tag while he's in that. Langaz in a bad spot. And Moretti's looking to do damage. Oh my God, the double knees on the back of the head. The Nation's in control. Here's a pin by Moretti. Another big win. No, kick out at 2 again from Langaz. You got to respect that.
No, he's a tough kid. He's a tough kid.
why he was chosen for the Pro Wrestling Academy. His strength and his heart. That's what the Aussies bring to this game.
Mulu is so keen to get back in there.
He is very, very keen, and so is half of Campbelltown, who's here to cheer him on. Langaz trying to blow out. He's trying to actually literally get the tag well in this submission. Moretti notices it and turns his body away from Mulu, trying to get the movement back towards his ring. He calls for Hoffman. Hoffman takes out Mulu. This is against the rules. Mulu's not happy about it, though. And Mulu's getting in the ring, and Hoffman's getting out of the ring.
The referee needs to take control here, Rose.
Well, this is exactly what the Nations do. The referee now preoccupied with Mulu allows Nations to strike together. Oh! That's got to be it for Langaz. Call mercy on the young man. Here's a pin. 2, 3. No, again, wow. Langaz kicks out.
Wow.
He's doing this not for just for himself, but for Mulu as well.
And for the Mulu fan base. He doesn't want to disappoint them.
Call them Mulu hits. Mulu maniacs.
Yeah, the Mulu maniacs. I like that.
Again, Langaz caught in the corner. The Mulu maniacs are warming up. They want Mulu back in this, but the Nations are going to do everything they can to keep that large man not involved. That chop actually hurt Moretti's hand.
I tell you, the Nation's doing such a good job here. I'm concerned that King Richard might catch a cold. He's been so isolated out there in his corner. He's now pacing up and down.
Beautiful weather here in Coogee, mate. He'll be fine. And again, Hoffman just talking crap to Mulu, but that distraction allowed Langaz to get a boot up. It's not much, but it's a little bit of space. Now an elbow. Another one to Moretti. Langaz can smell the tag. Oh. He goes for it, but Hoffman catches him. Oh. They are fingertips away as Hoffman throws Langaz back. He rolls under, and there's the tag. Mulu is back in the match, and the big man rides again. Clotheslines for Hoffman and Moretti. The big man in the corner. Squash goes Moretti. Squash goes Hoffman. Lord help us, the ring is shifting by feet. King Mulu is running the ring. And Hoffman now is dangerous. Samoan drop. Here's the pin. 2. Oh, and almost a huge win for Mulu against the Nations. Chris, that would have shot him to the top.
What a story it would have been, Rose, and how appropriate it would have been off the Samoan drop. But Hoffman, he knows how to survive. He knows how to persist. He's got incredible will, an indomitable will. He's kind of unconscious at the moment, but he's still in the match.
I don't even know if he felt that. He's taking a lot of blows. Mulu wants to flatten him once and for all. Goes for the leg drop. I'm telling you, man, every time Mulu does something, this whole ring shifts. He came in there off the tag and absolutely flattened the Nations.
That's hurt Mulu. He's right knee, not as stable as he'd like.
No, and you know, a tree that big, if you knock the roots out of it, it's going to be tough to move. Here's a tag. Langaz getting back in the match. Got to give it to him. Oh, sidewalk on Hoffman.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure that...
He's telling Langaz to do something there. They're working this out as they go. He told him to do the leg drop. This would be a huge pin for Langaz.
It's not smooth, is it?
Broken up by Moretti with a kick on the one there. I mean, there's some teething. Clearly they have not wrestled together. They need to communicate, but they're getting it done. Mulu calling the shots, telling Langaz to drop the leg. Almost getting the win, but I'm telling you, you cannot ad-lib forever
10
against
minutes has passed.
the Nations. They have plans on plans on plans. And Langaz needs to not get distracted by the unlegal man in Moretti. He needs to focus on the legal man, Hoffman. And like that, they saw it coming. Hoffman moves Langaz into the corner. A kick to the back of the head from Moretti. Here comes the tag, and here comes the Nations. Look at this, Drew. That's the Nations bomb! Oh, Nations bomb by Moretti. Here's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Big Mulu breaks it up. The only thing that saved him in the match right there, Chris. Hoffman made another mistake. Oh, gets tossed into the corner by Mulu. Man, Mulu is incredible, isn't he? What a man.
This is coming in our direction, Rose.
Look out, it coming! Oh, they both move! Mulu takes it to the chest. Now Moretti trying to trip the leg. That's a big tree to chop down. Mulu's not having any of it. Hoffman now coming in off the top. Kicks to the side of the head of Mulu, and now a boot to the face by Moretti, and Mulu's been literally sent out the ring.
This doesn't look good for Langaz.
Langaz in trouble now. Rolling through. Moretti's now caught him. Oh no, this is another Nation special into the stop! Oh my God! Huge pin, and that's gonna be in for the Nations with a 3 and the victory.
Your winners of this match, Hoffman and Mick Moretti, the Nation!
Chris, there's no denying the Nations are formidable, untouchable. Moretti and Hoffman get it done again. But Viktor Langaz and Richard Mulu are in my good books. What an effort.
Oh, I want to pay enormous respect to the effort of Langaz and Mulu there, Rose. I mean, to be able to give that level of performance, really just first time together, absolutely extraordinary. But the Nations prevail, and don't they know it?
Unstoppable, the Nations. Moretti and Hoffman ride tall here at New Japan Tamashii.